The first thing I'd like to say is I thought it was a basketball game played tonight by two teams who are really hungry to win the basketball game. So I have to give our team credit, but you have to give Coach Jones's team credit. I just felt that, we could get it to 7, 8, or 9 and then get to 3. And we'd get it to 8 or 9 or 10 and then get it to 4. And we'd get it to 8 or 9 and then get it to 3. And then at the end it got to 1. So it was just two teams who was fighting. There was a lot of runs in that game, both directions. But, they were resilient, and, when Seal starts hitting those turnarounds, they're a tough guard. When Stewart gets going downhill, they're a tough guard. And those are things that we've talked about. And we didn't do some of those things great tonight, but we did them well enough. And the thing I liked about the second half that really I felt we were better at is I told them 57% will not win the game if we give up that again in the second half. We came back in the second half and gave up 43. That's a little more like us. So I thought that gave us the opportunity to get over the top. I thought we had great production off our bench, Juan on my right in particular, but then we had guys make plays down the stretch, and that just kind of kept North Dakota just enough at bay because they had a lot of fight in them tonight. They had a really good game plan, and I just thought it was two really good teams, and we're fortunate to come out on top, but I'm happy we did.
And just a reminder, we have a wireless mic, but questions for the student athletes?
Guys, after what happened on the court before you guys even took it tonight, how's it feel just to get through that one on the first day and knowing that you now have the day off to regroup and get ready for the semifinals?
It was definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a challenge to not focus on the game before us because we know it's just a big upset that happened right before us, but I think it helped our team focus knowing that anything can happen and that the lower seeds are going to play without anything to lose. They're going to come out and give us everything they got, and everyone's 0-0 right now, so it doesn't really matter. So it was kind of hard for us to focus, but I think we did a good job at it.
Anything you want to add, Juan?
It was win or go home. We weren't ready to go home.
Juan, can you talk about your play there in the first half? Obviously, you're called on, like you usually are, but you really stepped up. I think you had 4 buckets over a 3-minute span there and really got things going offensively.
I just knew I had to be ready when my name was called, and I just had to be aggressive. And like I said, it was win or go home, and we weren't ready to go home. And honestly, I want to thank our seniors, especially Mitch in particular. He told me to play aggressive from the jump and good things will happen. And obviously, the end result of that.
Zach, we had talked a lot about what this day could mean if you guys got through it. Now that you're at that point, how do you feel going forward, being able to survive and advance tonight?
I feel pretty good. We get a day off, get a chance to get stretched and watch our opponents play tomorrow. We just got time to get our bodies right, get a good recovery in, and then we'll have time to see what opponents maybe are doing differently before us. Get a little extra time for that. So I think it'll be real good for us to have this extra day.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, fellas, you can head back to the locker room. Thank you. Questions for Coach?
Derrin, same thing that I asked them, knowing what had just happened on the court before you stepped on there, I guess, did that change anything at all? Or, did you think it kind of hit home to your guys that, we got to come to play tonight or this is going to be a quick trip?
Yeah, I think they're all a little bit shocked, and hats off to Western. They played a terrific game. I didn't see much of it, but they must have played really well tonight because it's a tough place to play in that environment. We've had to do that before. But I don't think it changed anything. I thought our guys were ready to go. I thought we got up, but North Dakota, they just kept fighting. They had a lot of fight in them, but I thought we did too. And we're the ones that got up first, and they had to chase us, and then we got up, and they were always kind of on the chase. And they got that thing to 1, then we made the big bucket down the stretch to get it to 3, and then a big rebound by Mitch to seal it with the free throws. But it's one and done. Anybody can win and anybody can lose. And I think we've said that all year. So I'm proud of our guys with the way they responded tonight.
Yeah, you brought up Juan, and obviously you haven't had a lot of offensive production off the bench here as of late. What was it like in this moment to get that kind of performance from him?
Well, it takes pressure off of our starters. And I know we're probably the only team in the league that has 5 starters that are in double figures. But at times that puts pressure on them too. So if 1 or 2 guys are down, sometimes we can find one. But if someone else isn't hitting, we need something from somewhere. Brett Barney made a 3 off the bench in the first half, and then I know Juan played particularly well tonight, especially offensively. But defensively, I thought he contested shots and did some good things for us out of the ball screen. So we see more of that out of Juan than what everybody else does, just because Mitch Hahn's in front of him, Matt Powell's in front of him at the 5, Zach Jackson can slide up and play the 4. And those guys command minutes. And one's going to have to wait his turn to play a little bit more. But what we saw tonight is what we probably see a little bit more out of him. So, everyone in the arena who probably hasn't seen him play probably don't think that maybe I am the coach of the year. Maybe we should play him more, right?
Coach, can you talk about Iowakan-Wole's play on defense and what you saw out of that tonight?
Well, he's really good on the ball, and we were subbing offense, defense there late, and when Iowa can get into the ball, that helps us because then everyone can kind of stay home. Stewart was getting downhill on us. We didn't do a very good job on the ball screen with him, and he was driving it at us. And then the last 2 or 3 minutes, he wasn't quite as effective because we put Iowa over there, and when he can keep guys in front, everybody else can stay home. The bigs can't catch it as deep. The guards wouldn't have to help so much off the guards, and guys like Moody can't get a quick shot like that. And so he's tremendous on the ball, and then that's where we love him at. And then he was good in transition tonight as well.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.